What's up? What's up? I've been waiting on music. This supposed to be a joint live with Music 101. I've been waiting on him since 8 o'clock. He told me my feet cold. He told me to go ahead and get started. He's coming. We'll see how that turn out. Um, I done been on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook Live for the past 5 hours. I done been on Instagram Live like 2 times today. So YouTube is my last stop. And when I get up off of here, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. As y'all can see, I hadn't already put my bonnet on for the night. Okay. We gonna see what Music 101 gonna do. Um, cause I really like I said, I've been on live all day on the other platforms. It's cold in my house all of a sudden, freezing in here. I don't really want to. Nah, well, how I did that? Until I see what he gonna do. But let me see if he hadn't hit me back. A lot been going on today. A lot been going on. What's your ETA? It's 11 p.m. What's your ETA? Oh my God, I don't know why I am so cold. Y'all share the live for me. Share the live. While I'm waiting to see what music gonna do, let's do a little filler. I think y'all, like, since I've been like blogging for real in my home state, it's so many catty men in this state. Tell don't make no sense, especially in my city. It be irking my nerves. Like, it's this one dude in particular that done blocked me, but stay like sneak this and like, boy, stand up when you pee. Like, stop sitting down, cause that's what you giving me. You giving me sit down energy. I don't like it. Like, cause at this point, Rara, I do not think about you in no way. You're of no importance. So the fact that you always have to some type of way send shade my way just is sad. Like, I can't stand a catty man for real, for real. But anyway, it's just that should be aggravating. Every time somebody send, I'm like, bro, and it be so obvious, like, bro, like, go find you something to do. Because obviously your focus on the wrong situation. I'm trying to give music a minute. I'm about to just start. I might just start getting into because we got a lot to a lot. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I don't even know where to start with today. Okay, it's been a lot. It's been a lot going on. I think I done talked about Doodle for at least the past 5 hours for sure. For sure. Okay. I did. So if you was on Instagram or if you already watched my video, I have already talked to Doodle, but he don't want to do content. So I'm gonna have to leave it like that as far as that. But we can definitely talk about the situation. But he didn't want to do content. Um I ain't gonna say he didn't want to. He just doing a lot of things, if that makes sense. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to give music a minute before I really get into anything because this was supposed the whole purpose of this was to go live together. Like old school days. Petro said, that's crazy. I voted for the upcoming Mickey Choose and do the low vlog. Yeah, did you see it? The Detroit vlog? I already dropped it. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go check it out. Trying to see what the hell music talking about. But yeah, make sure you check out the vlog with me and Doodie. Yeah, it's dropped a couple weeks ago. All right, let me call music real quick. If not, we're gonna have to get this thing rolling because I'm tired. Like I said, I've been on live for 5 hours today. This is why I will not plan another live with music again. Y'all make sure y'all tell him I said it. All right, without further ado, let's get into what we came here for. Okay. Who video? I think I want to do the family TV. Okay, so the reason why we're gonna do the family TV video or other people's videos is because my videos I already dropped is basically me telling my point of view on things. And for conversation purposes, since we don't have music on here, I want to react to somebody else's video because they may have something in their video where I may have something more to add. So that's the reason why I want to do reactions instead of just what I already did for the past 5 hours. Okay. So shout out to the family TV. Let's get into it.
Steady crying. He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Look, bro. Get the milk so big mama get the tripping, bro.
See that?
Feed
for my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. This shit too much. Crazy though. Motherfucker be sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money. Do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Just not what I want to do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof,
bro got out what?
You know that
I mean, you did all.
Mickey, it's just time to send you to Cali because these folks report and give me a headache. I am not going to Cali, okay? I for sure ain't going to Cali after Doodie Low name that got dropped as a co-conspirator. And hell no. And I've been hanging around him. Hell no. Y'all know I be scared.
And the year I did it now?
Yeah, that's your latest bit. 12.
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really just getting that shit in order to just figure out the lanes, man.
Number 4 has to be the guy that was selling the weed because he told Doodie Low the location. Nah, it's Doodie Low. It's not the guy that's selling. It's not. You gotta understand, to be a co-conspirator, they have to be alleging that you was part of the conspiracy. So, you know what I'm saying? But without at this point, without a doubt, it's Doodie Low. It's number 4. I'm not even about to play with y'all emotions because it's 11 o'clock at night Eastern time. You're not gonna get indicted. I know I'm not. I ain't going out there. I don't want no parts of that. And then they say so hated out there. You got the streamers out there. It's just my nerves bad. I ain't gonna hold you. My nerves is bad.
Boy,
this shit feels so good, man. 2 lawyers, man.
I tell about the building you got.
Everything.
Man, it's closed on the building, man. We ain't fucking around.
Say it ain't so. Fam, say it ain't so. Listen. First and foremost, to all the bloggers out there on foot in LA doing their reporting, gathering notes, and bringing it to their audience, I salute you. In fact, I salute you so much. You inspired me and the family.
Yeah, and that's crazy. How is he free? All right. So listen, this is how it goes. A lot of y'all was with me for the O Block trial or the O Block case, right? And y'all remember it was multiple unindicted co-conspirators on that case. You had Boss Pop, you had Monadoo, you know what I'm saying? You had a few other people. I can't remember. It's been a long day, and it's been a long time since I covered that case. But you had multiple people that wasn't a big piece to the actual crime that was being charged. However, to the overall story, there was a part of it, right? So that's the same situation here, right? You have pieces to the puzzle where they may not have enough evidence, or they may have chose not to prosecute for whatever. So they're not charged. However, they're part of the story. So for example, you have a murder for hire, you have a conspiracy to commit murder. So you are saying that somebody made the decision to say, hey, I want these people taken out, right? Then somebody had to be the person to go do this, and then somebody had to be the person to do that. Now, how did we find these people? Okay, somebody had to be the one to drop the location. So according to the indictment, co-conspirator 4 is the person that dropped the location. Now, this is my opinion, right? So my opinion is this: OTF Jam today, according to multiple sources that was in the courtroom, said that Jam said Doodie Low FaceTime them and told them the location, right? This is my thought process. Jam may be testifying to that, but do they have evidence that a FaceTime call ever was done? Do they have any phone records showing that at that time Doodie Low did it? It had to be some type of evidence that was not included. Now, again, this is my opinion, because normally with unindicted co-conspirators, it just means they don't have enough evidence at that point to bring you into the mix as far as being charged. Same thing with Zoo. We now know that Zoo is co-conspirator number 6, right? Now, he was not indicted before he passed away. However, I feel at this point, with Vonnie providing statements as recent as last month, if Zoo was here, Zoo would have got indicted for sure. But he never was indicted before because they hadn't gotten enough information that they needed. Now, one thing I can tell you as far as Zoo knew he was listed as co-conspirator number 6, right? So attorneys was already aware of this. So it was already in motion. It just wasn't publicly known, right? So again, they just don't have enough evidence when you normally go as an unindicted co-conspirator. And that's not saying that later on it won't happen. That's just saying as of right now, that's not what's going on. So for this particular crime, okay, they got who they want. But as we're going to get into throughout reacting to different videos, OTF Jam did a lot of gang breakdown. So that's something to keep in mind. When you start talking about a gang foundation, it's definitely smelling like a RICO. And it's not even a RICO case. So just be mindful of that.
TV so much that we're going to start going to these trials. And if not me personally, I'm going to start paying people to be out there on behalf of the family TV. But let's continue. Fam, this is an update to the Lil Durk murder for hire trial.
Well, shout out to the family TV. That's what's up. Hey, you can send me, not to this one, but maybe another one. Not to this one, though.
Wow. Here's the thing. We talked about this 48 hours ago. We expected to follow up the next day, but that's because we thought OTF Jam, the person we all waiting to hear from, was going to testify that day. Well, it wasn't yesterday, but today's the day. And not only that, which we'll get to, but we also will later find out, allegedly, who co-conspirator 4 is. Now, we all thought it was Brick Baby, the rapper / co-host that be on No Jumper, but it turns out
I would say I never thought it was Brick Baby. I told y'all that. Matter of fact, let me pull up my video, because we obviously got time, right? Because I was saying that earlier. Remember I made the video saying, well, if y'all say it's Brick Baby, then it must be Seth Nash. Yeah, I never thought. People definitely overlooked that part, that they didn't say it was somebody from California. Oh my God, why is my house so cold? Like, I am freezing. All right, I actually did a Brick Baby video to Co-Conspirator.
Paperwork straight. I got Mickey the Truth.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth. To be honest, that's what I said. But anyway, I ain't gonna lie. I low-key miss the times where I used to do this. Now I'm always in the camera, but I do miss these days. I'm lying. I don't know. Let's take a look at it. So y'all already know, I definitely had to do a little homework to see what I come up with. And hey, I'm gonna ask y'all now, put in the comments, do y'all think I'm gonna conclude that Brick Baby could be co-conspirator number 4 or nah? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. But I'm gonna take a guess at it. All right, let's get into it.
Claiming this shit, you ain't providing for this shit. Come on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like niggas like Quando Rondo.
You're not fucking with him.
Boy, stop.
What is it?
Boy,
Explain.
stop it. Understand? Like, don't come to the 60s and want to provide now that broke them on your ass.
Interesting. So it seems like Brick Baby picked a side, and it wasn't Quando Rondo's side. Let's keep going.
You get what I'm saying? Like we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
At all. We not doing none of that.
Well, that's gotta be weird for you because you fuck with Durk so much.
It ain't weird for me.
Yeah.
It ain't weird for me at all. Understand? You know what I'm saying? You're not from Rolling 60s.
Oh, really?
You're not from nigga LA Rolling 60s. You're not from Rolling 60s, nigga.
Right.
On the hood. We didn't make that call. But you didn't put that on the board like you finna make this play. On the hood. We didn't make that call, nigga.
But didn't Big U and him kind of squash shit at a certain point, I feel
You
like?
gotta come talk to the streets.
Big U's a little removed from a lot of it.
Nah, he is the streets. You
Right.
gotta come talk to the people who feet in the streets. You gotta come clear yourself on both angles. You get what I'm saying? You gotta come holler at somebody.
I feel it.
Period. You went to go holler at Big U. You went to go holler at Hollywood. Like, that ain't Hollywood. He really my big dog. That's my big bro. Whatever he say, if he say hold down, we gonna try as much. You know what I'm saying? But don't. It's not that, because now you got little niggas like my little niggas, like the Score Gang and all that. You got little niggas that's really out here every day rapping, trapping, try to got the city on fire. Why you not fucking with them? Why you not fucking with them? You got New Jack, you got RS, you got nigga Baby U. You talk to Big U, why you didn't talk to Baby U?
Right.
Them my kids too. We all, that's who, listen, a motherfucker that older ain't finna be handling everything. So you need to come check in with everybody. If that's what you do. But you should have been did that before that.
Right.
You should have been doing that because you claiming Rolling 60. So anytime a plane land in LA, you need to be pulling up by yourself, nigga, popping a bottle on the block. Come on, Crenshaw and Starts about a mural, pop a bottle on 6 kick it. You don't got to give nobody nothing. Let them feel like they your friend too. Nigga, you banging this shit. These the niggas that's going to jail for it.
All right, y'all. So that was definitely a lot of gang politics. So I'm gonna stay out of that one. But for the most part, the gist of what a non-gang person took from it is that it was a little saltiness from Brick Baby in regards to Quando Rondo coming to try to, quote unquote, maybe try to get assistance from the guys after the fact of the murder of King Von. You know, I don't know what y'all think that whole clip was about, but let's continue. We got a little bit more to go, and then we're gonna really get into it. Is Brick Baby co-conspirator number 4 in the OTF case?
Let's see.
You ain't buying them no guns. You ain't bailing them out with it. You're not doing nothing.
Right. If you,
Because I am overly tired, we're gonna kind of skip past a lot of this. Okay. I didn't realize I put so much of that, so we're gonna start here.
You upset? Yeah, baby. Nigga ain't gonna. I'm telling.
All right. So this interview aired August 2nd, 2021. Meaning it probably was done maybe like a week or so in advance, maybe at minimum, right? So I went over to Brick Baby's Instagram, and unlike some people, you actually can go back on his Instagram quite a few years, okay? So I see that in 2019, it goes for like a silence until March of 2021. Now, here in this interview, possibly, in my opinion, he was locked up during this time, right? So if that's the case, then he was locked up when King Von was murdered, right? And if that's the case, it's looking a little bit shaky that he will be co-conspirator number 4. And I'm gonna tell y'all why before we continue on. All right, if we take a look back at the indictment, right, over at number 1 says, following the killing of DB on or about November 6, 2020, co-conspirator 1, who now they have named as Lil Durk, using coded language, told defendant Wilson, co-conspirator 2, 4, and 5, and others that co-conspirator 1 would pay a bounty or monetary reward to anyone who took part in the killing of DB. So, my interpretation of that is that they had to be in like a area having a conversation or something like that, right? So if Britt Baby was locked up at the time, right, why would he be co-conspirator 4? Because he wouldn't have been privy or in the space to have the conversation about the bounty. Y'all let me know. Let's continue on.
They got niggas like us that need you. Y'all stay out the way. Y'all made it. Don't do nothing else. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
On the hood, that's what type of homie I am. I don't want to see you killing nothing at that time. So now, off the rip, I ain't met you like that, but this my boy. You taking care of me. You doing with while I'm in jail and all that. So off the rip, when he lose a close homie, but see, D thing was like my big brother too, though. Before all that shit and all that. So the D thing shit got a nigga dizzy. But if my boy lose a close homie, on the hood, that's my boy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my boy. I'm not from BD. I'm from 60s. But you lose you my boy. Like my ops, your ops at this point.
Well, if I ain't hear nothing else, I heard my ops is your ops type shit. Okay. So I take from that, Britt Baby was definitely ready to stand in the paint with Durk. However, he also said he ain't want Durk to crash out or nothing like this. Okay. Now, this is a year before the alleged murder for hire, but the actual murder of Lil Pop. So the next part in the documents that we could like look at to try to, get a hold on what else did co-conspirator have to do with the murder for hire is, did co-conspirator 4 drop the low? Let's check it out. All right, so over at number 2, on August 18, 2022, one or more co-conspirators, including co-conspirator 4, learned that TB was visiting California and staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. Now, I will say, you would think, okay, Britt Baby probably would be tapped in to know that, so that might be him. And then later on in the affidavit for Lil Durk arrest, it says a little bit more detail, right? It says that on August 18, 2022, the day before SR's murder, OTF members learned of the location of TB from a longtime OTF affiliate, Co-Conspirator 4. Now, this is where, like I said, it ain't adding up to Britt Baby, because although that particular part does put you in the mind of Britt Baby, since he has told us he has been tapped in with Durk and D-Thing for a very long time, even to the point that Durk was taking care of him while he was in jail. Now, could it have been more so on a check-in type thing, since he also said Durk be checking in with the homies or whatever? Could be, but it still doesn't add up to the fact, even though that part fits him, my mind still can't wrap around how would he be co-conspirator 4 if he wouldn't have been privy to the alleged bounty conversation in 2020 because he was locked up. So I'm gonna go with this. I don't think it's enough to tie him to it, because again, until we know exactly what type of coded language was used, was it a group chat, was it an actual physical conversation, we're not gonna be able to stamp nobody with it, because again, so I always said it wasn't Britt Baby, obviously, okay. I forgot I even did this video, okay? But I definitely always said it wasn't Britt Baby. Now, I did do the setting ass video, but it was just for content because everybody was saying Britt Baby fit the bill. But I said, well, we got another, alleged Crook member that could fit the bill too. So that's why I did the setting ass video. But anyway, I always say it wasn't that. It didn't make, add up. Now, I don't even know what document that was I had put up right here. But I forgot all about that right here, right? So this here on August 18, 2022, the day before SR's murder, OTF members learned of the location of TB from a long-time OTF affiliate, Co-Conspirator 4, which we now know is Doodie Low. Now, it says, after OTF members learned this, the following man took a one-way flight from Chicago to San Diego, and we now know that's Jones, Lindsay, Wilson, Houston, and Jam, who is Co-Conspirator 2, right? So, according to what was said at trial, according to the tweets and stuff that came out, it is said that basically Doodie Low was on a FaceTime call, according to Jam, okay, when he provided the information, and he got the information from an alleged weed supplier in Cali. And I got that actually off of Mel's live because she went live. So just FYI. So, all right. So, you know, again, is this situation? Do they have actual physical evidence, or they just have part of Jam's testimony, what he remembered, or what? So, it's like when you talk about unindicted co-conspirators, it gets a little more technical than just saying, hey, why you not locked up for a crime? Because you have to still prove that they did a crime. You have to still have evidence they did a crime. But long story short, short story shorter, me True, I would say it wasn't Brick Baby.
Thought we might have been wrong from the jump. What if I told you the person who Co-Conspirator 4 is? He was already an informant for the YSL case. He was part of YSL, and Thug gave him the dirt. Remember Durk said, I told Thug he could have been on that YSL, Rico? Well, it turns out somebody who he signed on behalf of Thug might have been Co-Conspirator 4, which he possibly already knew based on dropping them from his label. Now, this person came back rapping after the first cooperation, so I'm not trying to ruin his career, but we're going to state the facts, and I'm going to let you put two and two together. On top of that, it seemed like Durk knew Jam was telling all along. You know what they say? Keep your enemies close, right? That's what Durk was doing, according to the feds.
Hold on, pause. Why you sound like Shotty like that? Oh my gosh, I'm over here like, hold on. When did that conversation come into play? Oh my gosh, let's see.
Now, Trap Lil Ross came out and said that OTF Jam was expected to talk about multiple murders. Now, according to the feds, we got the exact number, 3. We'll later see exactly what murders he was allegedly involved in, according to his testimony. And on top of all that, we find out exactly when was the first time OTF Jam was talking to the feds. Then we got somebody who's giving out tweets and answers as they being told on the stand. So it's pretty live as we record this right now. So this video might sound a little shaky, but I want y'all to bear with me. Trap Lil Ross got bodyguards outside the courtroom. You know this is serious state.
You made a folly, a fugaboo, where you said that Lil Durk is blaming everything on Viney. To the person, no, listen. I want you to clear that. No, I need you to clear that up. I need you to,
that's what's said in court, bro.
But no, that's not what's said in court. That's the legal team. Viney took. Listen, why are you running, my guy?
No,
this is what I'm saying. Viney, listen. This all.
Just coming out of the courtroom, giving you guys the updates as soon as I possibly can. Yes, sometimes the prosecution is going to say things that aren't true. Sometimes the defense is going to say things that aren't true. Ryan Steele said several things that are absolutely false when he was doing cross-examination just now. He referred to King Von as K. Von Bennett numerous times. That's not his name. Is anyone going to call out Ryan Steele for getting that wrong? No, of course not, right?
But now, on a serious note, we're going to run down this update. We're going to see what Jam had to say. But we also going to get an update. LA Times got a reputable reporter who's been doing an outstanding job I've been listening to. I want to hear her update from day 2. From yesterday. And I'll let you guys hear what she had to say. And then we'll get caught up on what took place today. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said.
Well, hold on though. Because how he skilled from basically calling Slime Like Shorty an informant. So like, I want to get to that. How did we get to that part? Like, I'm over here like, where we're picking that part back up at? Because that done threw me. I didn't hear that part.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it.
I realized I was probably overpaying for car insurance. Like every year, it just kept going up and up. And I never really questioned it. The insurance company count on that. Most people just count on check out.
I just knew who you were. I was younger than him, though. And do you have a friendship or a relationship with him?
Not a strong bond, but we know each other.
And do you see him here today?
No, actually. Oh yeah, I see him now.
And you identify him as well?
I can't see what he got on. He just got the dreads up.
Okay.
In the air.
And right. Is he towards the back of the room, the front of the room, or somewhere
To the back.
And how do you know?
You tell me. And then wrong with saying why I sell the game. I don't play guilty to why I sell gang trouble for. I've been down the road for why I sell gang trouble for. They know we're a gang already. You feel me? Yeah. They what these older niggas saying, you feel me? Who done did this shit before. So they made me feel like, of course, okay, bet shit, they know. You know what I'm saying? They know what's right. Mm-hmm. They know why I sell the game. These folks don't play guilty to this type of shit before. These niggas done been down the road for it. These niggas done been down the road for it. Duke on probation for it. Yet done did time for it. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Why I sell this guy? Anything wrong with that? You feel me? So that's when I go to my lawyer, like, all right, bet. I admit that and say, well, I said it's a game. But my whole standpoint on it was, because other niggas still were fucked up. It's some shit I wouldn't ever took or said, you feel me? But my whole thing was like, okay, why I said it's a gang, it's not illegal to be a gang, is it, mister? I'm talking to my lawyer. No, it's not illegal to be in a gang, but it's a RICO if you're in a criminal street gang, you feel me? So I'm asking him, which questions on my deal admits to a criminal street gang. So it's one question on there to say, I have personal knowledge that YSL members commit these such crimes for the gang. You feel me?
And
like
the
that?
furtherance of the gang.
Right, okay. And if you go look and pull up my thing or whatever, the deal shit, mine's never say I have personal knowledge that anybody commit any type of crime, because I never been a part of no crime. I never seen no crime. I never knew anybody that did anything crime. That's what I'm standing on.
Now, fam, that was Slime Life Shorty. And there's even two questions he got to answer. Did you tell the feds that you text Doodie Low, Quando Rondo address? Or did you let Lil Durk know that the feds got your phone, which might contain explicit text messages indicating that you giving out the drop on the Savannah, Georgia rapper connected to NBA YoungBoy, Quando Rondo? Co-Conspirator 4 could be one other person as well, but we'll later get to that. And we'll later see how it could allegedly be Slime Life Shorty as well. And we know the feds had his phone. But in 60 seconds, for those who don't know Slime Life Shorty, he's from the same neighborhood as Young Thug, Cleveland Avenue. And growing up around YSL, he naturally became heavily affiliated with the camp and repped the slime culture in his music. Looking back, Thug made a new why. Despite his deep ties to Young Thug and YSL, Slime Life Shorty never officially signed to YSL Records due to the prior paperwork entanglements. Instead, his emotional street melodies caught the attention of Chicago superstar Lil Durk. Young Thug co-signed, and the rest was history, alongside Alamo Records. But after the 2022 RICO, Lil Durk just never contacted Slime Life Shorty again. Now, even though some would consider that 2-year span of him being signed to Lil Durk, he jumped click to click. But I had to give people at least that rundown so they can understand the context of the text messages that was presented in court today. Now, the day that King Von had died, a text message was sent from Slime Life Shorty to Doodie Low. It was November 6, 2020. Slime Life Shorty said, "Keep your head up, Slime. I know the pain. I'm with you 4L, drilling about this Doodie Low. I love you, Slime. SLS, I love you back, Slat. It's up about this on 11/7/2020. Slime Life Shorty, where you at, Slime? Low, crib, call me. SLS, Blake sends Quando Rondo's phone number. 11-9, Low, game. SLS, I know a nigga who from Savannah who got drops. That's him. Want his number? Low. Yeah. SLS. Send phone number. Now, the only way the feds got this message was either through Slime Life Shorty phone or Doodie Low. And that's who Co-Conspirator 4 is.
As fuck.
Cause knowing him, like he like smart as hell.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like even when it comes to street stuff, he don't be sloppy. He don't be, you know what I'm saying? So that was surprising. Not saying that it's true. But
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying
got
the
you.
fact that he was in it is surprising, because it was like, he know better. You know what I'm saying? Because I done heard him talk like, you know what I'm saying? I know
Hell
him.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's surprising, but I don't think it's even. I think he gonna get out there for real.
Praying for him and his family.
I think it's like that how they make. You know how they gonna always paint the narrative.
Of course.
Now next is OTF Jam, but first, shout out to Michael Blackshire, the journalist who's been keeping us updated within the court buildings via X. They said that Casey, Hester, OTF Jam.
Okay, I want to pause. I want to say, didn't they say they pulled the phone records? Hold on, because before he go to the next part, I think that's what happened. Number 5 is the guy from Cali, not Doodie Low. Number 4 is Doodie Low. Like when I tell y'all, that's not a debate. Like, I know factually it's Doodie Low. Like, on some real stuff. I'm not even about to, like I told y'all, I done been on this all day, okay? And now that it's publicly out in court, I can go ahead and tell y'all, yes, Doodie Low is co-conspirator number 4. That's not, I'm not even posing it as allegedly. I'm not even posing it as a question. I know for a fact that co-conspirator 4 is Doodie Low. For sure. Like, I'm not even about to play with y'all emotions. Look, it's late. I'm just gonna be real. It's him. Now the question is, I can't remember what they said in court about how they got those text messages, if they pulled Doodie Low phone or what. So that part I'm gonna look into. I don't know if the family got it in this video, but what I can say again is I can confirm that they are referring to Doodie Low as number 4. Now, I'm not saying what they're accusing number 4 of doing is true. All I'm saying is Doodie Low is co-conspirator 4.
And first spoke to investigators in May of 2023 at Statesville Correctional Center. FBI agent John Fembley confirmed in court. FBI agent used Cellbrite to retrieve text messages shown in court of Lil Durk going back to 2020. Prosecutors also showed a group text message in 2023 that included Lil Durk, OTF Doodie, and OTF Booney Mo, who all knew at the time OTF Jam was telling. It was also noted that Lil Durk changed his number 17 times in 2020 up until now. In court, still, Lil Durk's attorney quoted, "A rat, a snitch, can give you false information, ? FBI agent John Fembley, it depends on the person, still, and you know you have to be careful with people like that. And when I say that, I mean Mr. Hester, Mr. Jones, Mr. Grant." A group text message from 2023 discussing OTF Jam, Lil Durk quoted, "He gonna tell soon. OTF Doodie, he think he could break us down. Loyal, feds be going to talk to everybody. Lil Durk, as long as we don't break, they can tell him whatever." That was last for the detective. Next was OTF Jam. He got on the stand and testified. The first question, did you participate in the shooting on August 19, 2022, leading to the death? Surveyor Robinson, OTF Jam, yes. Prosecutors, the others in the room participate as well? OTF Jam, yes. Prosecutors, can you name them? Hester, Durk, Doodie, and Lindsay. It was also alleged that OTF Jam discussed how he knew King Von when he was younger because of his sister. Prosecutors asked, were you trying to talk to a sister at the time? OTF Jam, yes, while smiling. Prosecutors, did Lil Durk keep up with you while you was in prison? OTF Jam, I ain't gonna lie. When Lil Durk changed his number, he made sure my mom got it. Prosecutor, did you talk to Mr. Banks after you got out of prison? OTF Jam, yeah. I told Durk I just got out of prison and I don't got no clothes. He told me, yes, you do. You got us. The song Back Again played in court and prosecutors honed in on the lyrics. Jam, get out that jam, I gave him 50 and gotta ask again. He was catching murders way back then when the Max was in. OTF Jam quoted, I heard them playing the song in prison and saying my name. But then how can we take this man serious, fam? He randomly put Chief Keef in it. OTF Jam, Durk, Keef, Rondo number 9. Prosecutors, you name my other gang members? OTF Jam, yes. Keef free. Rondo already doing 100 years. Why bring them up? It was alleged when OTF Jam started breaking down his experience with the...
I wasn't ready. 100 years is crazy, okay? But yeah, he got close to 40, but 100 years is crazy. That was when I was looking through the shit. Look who decides to pull up. I'm never scheduling another live with you again. I'd have been on this thing almost an hour. Yeah, I hear you. All right, okay, I see you in the background. Got the lights going. Okay, you fancy now. So have you been watching? Have you been watching?
I just tuned in. I just tuned in.
So do you feel like you feel like Doodie Low is Co-Conspirator 4?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Doodie Low is definitely Co-Conspirator 4. Definitely.
Yeah,
they said Co-Conspirator 4. They said Co-Conspirator 4 dropped his low. Shit. The text message came out and say the same thing. It's definitely Co-Conspirator 4.
I wonder if that's how he got his name, Doodie Low.
That's what Remo said.
But you know what's so crazy? Remo need to give my credit because he got that from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we was on the phone, I said that. But so we was watching a family TV, right? The family TV that said Slime like Shorty is an informant.
Hey, I could believe it. Shit. You know he was in the YSL, Rico.
Yeah, he just broke that down. We just got off that part.
Yeah, shit, I could believe that, man.
So now we watched my video from when the allegation was Brick Baby was Co-Conspirator 4. And in my video, I said he didn't fit the mold for it. Did you ever think Brick Baby was Co-Conspirator 4?
When it first came out, it definitely fit the description. Because you know he was in LA. Yeah. He was in LA and he was definitely popping it. It seemed like he was trying to throw it off, but at the same time pop it like, you know, that's my homeboy. Goddamn it, if he asked me to drop the low, I drop the low. So, you know, he definitely, you know, fit the description.
But he was locked up.
He was locked up during the time it happened. Well, shit, you know.
Hey. See, that was when you was in your bag. You was dropping 5, 6 videos. You probably ain't even care about that part.
Yeah, I ain't even know that. And
I had forgot about it. I watched the video, and that's how I remembered. Like, that's how I know I was just doing a lot back then. Because, boy, I didn't even remember that part. I didn't even know I made a video to it until I went looking.
Now that's crazy because it could have been easily debunked if motherfucker would have came out and said he was locked up at the time.
I said it, but you know, wasn't nobody paying me no attention. The storyline for him being Co-Conspirator 4 was much better than Mickey saying, "Oh, he was locked up." Because I think even he was playing into it at the time. To be honest, I don't even think he was trying to like debunk it.
Right. You still playing the family TV video?
Yeah, I'm about to start back. I just wanted to see where you was at.
Okay.
Hold on. You know, I'm a little rusty. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Black disciples and his experience with Lil Durk, he started shaking his head often while he was on the stand. Prosecutors, do you have any gang tattoos? OTF Jam. Yes. Prosecutors, what gang tattoos do you have? Jam, BDN, Lamb 300, OTF 300. The first 30 minutes of OTF Jam's testimony focused on being a black disciple, saying the rules of a BD, sacrifice life for the nation cause, abide by the leader's orders, be in the salute. Prosecutors asked, were you involved with robberies? Jam, armed robberies with the gun. Prosecutors, around how many times? Jam, probably 100 plus. Prosecutors, who were you robbing? OTF Jam, drug dealers. Prosecutors in 2010.
God damn, nigga, you want to go every day, every hour robbing niggas is 100 plus. It's crazy. Did you post a picture of him in court? I was scared to post it. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, I definitely posted the picture soon as that motherfucker came out. Soon as it came out, I definitely posted the picture. But so with that situation right there, somebody snuck and took a picture, and I seen Seti was saying that whoever did it is basically stupid. They're gonna get in trouble. Like, do you think they could narrow that down and find out like who really like?
They can definitely probably like get the IP and do shit like that.
You think they're gonna go to that extent though?
Hell yeah. We talking about federal courthouse and a actual and cooperating witness. Yeah.
So do you think they will still allow people to bring their phones in, or it's gonna be a situation where they make it where people can't bring their phones in no more?
They should have banned it. They probably will tighten up security. Like here in my city, you can't take your phone in the federal courthouse. Like you can't get past security with your phone. But Chicago, you can get in the building with your phone. You just can't go in the courtroom with your phone. In Savannah, Savannah, you can't take your phone in either. I'm trying to think I'm trying to think of a federal. I think the only federal courthouse I've been in where I could take my phone in was Chicago, but we couldn't take it in the courtroom. But everywhere else, you can't even get in the building. So obviously, Cali's a little relaxed that you can. And then you got to remember, right? The overflow, and I take that back. The overflow room is a separate space. Because if you remember the O-Block trial, right? Remember the actual footage of them going down the steps and stuff got leaked? Right. That somebody recorded from the overflow room.
So basically, you could take your phone in the overflow room.
In Chicago. And obviously in Cali too. But see, like I said, here, you can't do that because you can't even go in the building with your phone. You can't get past security. But in the ones that you can take your phone in, yeah, because the overflow room is a little bit more relaxed compared to the main courtroom where the jurors is, where the witnesses is going to be, and all that. So I can see it happening.
Okay.
100-time robbery is crazy, though.
Did you participate in a robbery, OTF Jam? I was told to kill him because he was a witness. Pulled the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. He spoke on how that situation landed him 12 years in prison. The YouTube thumbnail for the music video for The Blocker's Hat was shown in court. Prosecutors, what are they doing in this image? OTF Jam, dropping the Y.
Before jail's testimony, you can 100% say Durk Ass is going to walk out of there. 100%. But everybody that's going to come out and say something, I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to say it's bad because obviously he's testified. So you want the recross. You want after Brian Steele and everybody do their thing so that they can basically destroy whatever the hell he said. But right now, I ain't gonna lie, Jammin there looking like a fucking monster, nigga. Flat.
Hold on, pause real quick. I know Steady loving this shit. Steady got on. What is that? A man purse Steady got on? What is that Steady got on?
I already know. I know it's going across the chest though. I know it. Hey, Steady say, goddamn it, Trap Lord Ross. Watch out, man.
Steady got his polo. Hey, he got his notebook. I taught him well. Cause look, in Chicago, he ain't bring none of that. He ain't had no notepad on nothing. I taught him well. I had to pause. He's sitting over there holding press conferences.
That boy bad, man. The hood lawyer.
Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to City Nash, man.
Dash nigga, but a nigga monster. That shit hurt my heart saying that shit. Cause nigga, you was poor as they put money on you, nigga. All of this, you supposed to take a bullet. You ain't.
Hold on, Paul said it. What said it? Wasn't that in the gym?
Hey, man. Come on now. God damn.
I'm just saying, when the last time I seen Sadie, when you come to the city, you know, look. We gonna do some gym content because I need to lose my stomach too. But damn, Sadie, your stomach was big like that at one point.
You don't want to be on City hit list now.
Man, I ain't worried about Sadie. Hey, for everybody, y'all already know Sadie Nash is coming to South Carolina. Music claim he coming to South Carolina, but I'll see it when he get here.
No, I'm gonna come.
Countdown.
The plans is, ain't gonna lie, the plans is to come.
It better stay that way too. God damn it.
Also take the stand, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? But then it makes sense how dirty he was because y'all came from Chicago with the same shoes, same drawers, same socks, completed the blitz. Then the next day y'all left. So you done wore the same clothes for 3 days, ain't sold no drugs. Just came out here to shoot dirty. But yeah, man, everybody gonna say it's all badness, 100%. Everybody gonna come out and say because he said, because I think the feds, I can't cover that. The feds already want to.
It's a lot to take in on day 3, fam. OTF Jam is expected to get back on the stand, be cross-examined the next day on day 4. But you got him throwing Rondo number 9, Chief Keef, who ain't got nothing to do with this case, just to confirm on paper to the feds they gang members for any future crimes, which is crazy. Then you got the possibility of co-conspirator for being either nonetheless a person that was once signed to his label, whether it was Doodie Low allegedly or Slime Life Shorty. Then it gets to the point where it seemed Durk had knew all this was taking place before it went down. His distance from Slime Life Shorty, his distance from OTF Jam, trying to keep his enemies close. Can't say as of now his defense is losing, but I leave that to you guys. It's more developed. I keep you guys.
Shout out to the family TV. But like I said, I ain't gonna Slime Life Shawty went through so much with the YSL trial. I'm not even gonna do it to him. He is not co-conspirator, folks. We just gonna go ahead and we gonna free Slime Life Shawty and just go ahead and say it's Doodie Low.
Nah, for real, yeah. Co-conspirator for Doodie Low for sure.
For sure. But the crazy part about it, I don't know why. And you know, maybe Durk distanced himself from Slime Life Shorty because he seen the writings on the wall. Because remember, during this time, like before YSL got hit with a RICO, remember they had Durk and Zoo and all them on a gang charge in Atlanta.
Right. Nah, for
so
sure.
You know,
for sure.
Writings on the wall.
Nah, for sure. The city. Go ahead.
I was about to say, where else should we go to?
Did you cover the jam or you just like?
Well, that was the first video, other than my video about Brick. So I went ahead and covered, like I been said it wasn't Brick. Then we went into the family TV video. That's all I did.
Shit. Trap Lord Ross City. See what they covered today.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Mel. I don't have to wait to Mel. I'm not a lawyer, but when she do her condensed video, cause she like me on live, and I was like, girl, I'm not going to sleep. Like she was saying word for word what was going on. I was like, yeah.
She ain't dropped yet.
You said Sadie?
I say Sadie or Trap. Shit. Well, you know, you might have to check out both of them because, like, everybody got different viewpoints. Everybody got different views, you know. So one person might hit tomato, one person might hit tomato.
5 hours.
Who?
I was on Facebook Live for 5 hours. I'm tired.
Hey, you know Facebook your shit now.
Yeah, 5 hours. He did something 7 hours ago.
What? Who? Sadie? Look and see what Trap
Lord Rock got a lot on Instagram. Why am I so cold? My house is freezing. Okay, he did something an hour ago.
Trap.
Yeah.
Cool, we got the Free Dirt Brigade right here. All right, they're doing their thing. You see what they got going on, man. They see what they got going on. Okay. Okay, so you know what's funny? You know what's funny? It wasn't just Durk that got snitched on today. They were snitching on me too. A bunch of people lied and said that I was wearing Meta glasses in the courtroom when I wasn't. They tried to remove me. They questioned me, but they saw that I was not wearing Meta glasses. So it seems like Durk supporters might be bigger snitches than they're letting on. So I don't know. Folks here are snitches, but I just saw Jam's testimony. People talking.
Hold on, Paul. Hey, he popping it. Hey,
I'm telling you.
That's how I be on Facebook. You got sometimes when they be on, you got to pop it sometimes. But he said Durk fans biggest.
Hey, that's crazy though, man. That's crazy. Why is y'all fucking with Trap Lord Ross? Let Trap do his thing, man. Trap say he ain't lying. He say motherfuckers at that courtroom is being Durk fans and putting out what they want to put out. He say he putting out straight facts. He ain't sugarcoat nothing. He ain't water nothing down.
Man, Trap full of shit though. I ain't gonna lie. Now I ain't gonna hold you to the part where he said like people putting out accords. You know what I'm saying? I had a conversation like about that this morning on YouTube. Like even for me, even though we don't want to admit it, we all push our own storyline. No matter how full we want to, we all have an end goal as bloggers, right? And Trap Lil Ross ain't no different. Hence why when he said that tweet the other day, oh, Durk putting everything on Vine, he knew what that was going to set off a chain reaction.
I'm saying, if you was there at the courtroom and you was taking notes and something came out that can incriminate Durk and make him look any kind of way, you will curve it a little bit to soften the blow.
So I'm gonna say no for me because when I'm in the trials, that's what I do for a living. Right. I'm more like male. I'm like I did in again the O Block case, Quando Rondo. I go word for word. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go off of everything that's said. You know what I'm saying? However, that's me telling what happened. But of course, when I do my content, like actual content video, it's gonna be curved to what hits for me. For example, right? Zoo, my Bay Zoo videos do better than my Lil Durk videos.
Right. So
anything I can curve to highlight Zoo in the video, I'm gonna do because it's gonna do better for my viewers.
But when you say curve though, is you saying I'm saying like if it's any if they mention Bay Zoo, right? And just say if it was anything that made Bay Zoo look like he was less of a gangster that we know him of. I'm
gonna say this.
Will you curve?
I'll give you an example. Bay Zoo name was dropped at the O Block trial as a person who went and paid off the jury the O Block chain. Right. I never did content on that. I never highlighted it.
So
I
if you was at the courtroom, you wouldn't speak on it.
Huh?
So if you was at the courtroom and it came out, you wouldn't speak on it. Like if that was an issue, you wouldn't speak on it.
If I was personally I wasn't there. If I was personally there, that's one thing. But I wasn't personally there when it was said, but I found out about it and I didn't do content on it.
Okay.
So it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm personally there when it said and I'm actually reporting on the trial, that's one thing. But if I'm not there, we pick and choose what we put into some shit. Like if we be honest.
Right.
That was just my best example. When that came out in court, I found out about it and I never did a video on it.
Right.
Now, again, I'm not saying Trap Lord Ross per se is omitting something. I'm not saying SETI is or nothing like that. What I'm saying is when he put out that tweet in particular, he knew damn well how that was going to be portrayed. The same way Mel is saying that Slime Life Shorty and Doodie Low was texting, but in Trap Lord Ross's tweet, he said Durk texts Doodie Low the phone.
Right. Okay, so
who was right on that? Who had it right?
Well, according to the alleged, text messages that was put out,
Brandy, what it do?
From your girl, you know what I'm saying? Shit, it looked like Slime Life Shorty and Doodie Low was texting each other. Because also, I don't see Doodie Low calling Durk Slime. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I never heard that term when it came to
He
Durk.
say gang a lot. I ain't never heard him say no shit like that, but you know, he wouldn't be saying it to me anyway. So
Right. Okay. So before we play the video real quick, let's get to the bottom of it, because at the end of the day, it still haven't been addressed with what Trap Lord Ross actually said.
okay,
Now,
yeah, let's talk about it.
Trap Lord Ross said that Durk is putting everything on Vonnie, and he came to that conclusion because what he heard in the courtroom is all the lawyers is under one umbrella. And when one lawyer says something, that represents all the other lawyers. So he said when...
That's not true, but go ahead.
He said when who it was, Doodie lawyer, I think it was Doodie lawyer, whoever said I think Doodie lawyer said that Vonnie was connected to the cartel. That news was never heard before until that day, according to Trap Lord Ross. He's saying that the stuff that other lawyers was saying, he basically pinned it on Durk lawyers too, because they was all in agreement that what one lawyer say, it go for, they all agree. So he's saying Durk lawyers never separated themselves from that statement, from the statements when other lawyers made allegations and made it seem like it was all Vonnie.
Because why would they though?
But
Vonnie is a snitch. Vonnie is a snitch on the case, right? So although they may not be the one saying it, if the other lawyer is saying, hey, Vonnie is this, Vonnie is that, why the fuck would you say, oh no, Vonnie ain't that? Vonnie basically said you was part of this motherfucking case. Like, why would you?
And I understand that. But like I said, Trap Lord Ross is saying, well, if they not saying nothing and they all agreed to be in agreement with whatever each one of them is saying. But that's not how,
see, when you say it like that, it's really not that though. When you say they all say they was in agreement, that's not really what that means in the courtroom though. It's not per se you're in agreement, right? It's just that you're not. What's the best way I can explain it? Hold on. Let me see. So, for example, right? When you have multiple defendants, right, on a case, you will be there all day if you had to ask each defendant their point of view of everything, right? So what they do, they say, okay, we're going to put everybody is going to be together, meaning unless you say objection on behalf of Lil Durk, right? Everybody going to be on one accord. That's not saying you technically agree with what's being said. It's just saying for your client, right? It's not beneficial to them to go against it, if that makes sense. What did do, Tony? Tony said they said Doodie lawyer said Vonnie connected to the cartel. Vivi said this like a sleepover. LOL. I got my bonnet on too. Okay, girl, because music had me waiting for him since 8 o'clock. Okay.
I was.
But does that make sense?
Nah, it do. Like I said, I just understood why he came to that assumption.
But then now on, okay, for example, right? If Trap Lord Ross was just in his studio doing a reaction, right? And he came to that conclusion, that's one thing. But when you actually going to report at a trial, you have to have a little bit more understanding, you know what I'm saying, of courtroom etiquette, courtroom jargon, stuff like that. That's why the attorneys and the lawyers that's doing content, it's like, oh, you know, these, you know, jailhouse lawyers, stuff like that, because it's stuff like that if you don't understand what's going on, that's just like if you go to For example, you go to like a quote unquote a hood day, right? And they may do something to say something, and from a regular person that's not game related, you're gonna interpret it one way when really it's not that, because you're not, you're not educated per se, or you're not diverse in that situation. And I feel like that's what happened.
Okay, so look, so say if we're a team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we say, okay, Mickey is representing the team. Whatever Mickey say, we with it. And you go say some crazy shit.
That's not a good example, because that's not really what's going on.
But that's what Trap Lord Ross is saying, basically saying, like,
Trap Lord Ross is not diverse in the etiquette of the legal system, obviously, right? Because it's not saying you're agreeing to it, right? It's just saying on behalf, it's not harming your client. Okay, so let me put it like this, right? When you have multiple defendants, right? Unless it's harming your client, you let it go. It's not saying you're agreeing with it. You're saying it's not harming your client. So, for example, if Doodie Lloyd would have said, yeah, Bonnie is part of the cartel and he got introduced to the cartel by Durk. Oh, hell no. That's harming my client, because now you're saying my client is linked to the cartel. But by just saying, hey, Bonnie is linked to the cartel, again, why would Durk object to that or say I'm not a part of that when it's not harming him? And again, he's not saying it.
Right.
So, again, I get from a regular standpoint what Trap Lord Ross meant, right? However, again, I do this for a living. I'm like, if you're going to do it, right, in the capacity that you're doing it, you have to understand what's going on a little better. Because if you pay attention, Mel didn't put something out like that. The other people that does this for real, right? They're not putting that type of thing out. Because again, that wasn't what was going on. I felt like maybe in a moment it made sense to him. But again, like how I just broken down to you, like you only object when it's going to harm your client. They'll be there all day if you go against, if you want to. Again, they're separate, but they're on the same side, right? So why would you go nitpicking at everything they say when it's not going to do nothing for you?
Right.
Them saying Bonnie worked with a cartel, it's not going to harm you, right?
Right. Nah, for sure.
That's the prosecution going to have to deal with that, because that's harming their case. So you don't want to help the prosecution by attacking your I ain't gonna say per se teammate, but your sister, you know what I'm saying? Like your sister business, or your what they call it, your sister company. You know what I'm saying? Yes, music got me up late night, Lamar. Okay, late night. Cause we gotta break this down. But does that make sense? Because I'm pretty sure like a lot of people probably felt that way too.
Right. Nah, it makes sense.
Yeah, and then like, so just in summary, right? I know I went all over the place. In summary, right? When you have multiple defendants on a case and the judge put the motion in when everybody is on one accord unless you object to it, the same way now they have been this way the whole time. Think about the filings, right? Everybody is on the same filing unless their lawyer comes and say, no, I don't want my client on the filing. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing in a courtroom. Right. You don't say nothing if it doesn't harm your client.
Right. Okay.
And that happened at the O-Block trial too. While a lot of things, I'm gonna say like Muwop lawyer barely said anything, because nothing that was being said had an impact on his client per se, right? It didn't impact Muwop in the way like to fight it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So that's it. I just feel like, and then I put the tweet up here just for those who didn't see it. He said Durk just blamed everything on Bonnie. Bonnie, what the fuck? And then to say that when Durk lawyer ain't even the one who said he worked for the cartel. Well, I don't know if that's what he meant at this moment or what was going on, but it's just like, that's crazy. And again, in the age of the internet, when you said just blame, you basically saying Durk just snitched.
Right.
Like, that's what's going to be implied.
Right. Facts.
And yeah.
And see, that was his whole standpoint. He was saying, oh, I ain't say he snitched, but nigga, if you saying that, you know that's gonna be the narrative. Like, he telling if he blaming him, bitch, he telling.
He has done documentary on every drill section on the internet. We know we're not doing that. You not green to this. You know what you was doing.
Right.
And again, Trap Lil Ross definitely do his things with his videos, but he's also a content creator, and he be knowing what he be doing, just like the rest of us be knowing what we be doing.
I ain't gonna lie. When I first seen it, at first I'm like, yeah, it's a slow day. You know what I'm saying? He had to turn it up. It was a slow day.
Yeah.
But then it's like, then I did try to like really understand what he was coming from, and he kept saying, well, Doodie lawyer said this, Doodie, and they all in the, so I can't, that's why I say I understood where he was coming from.
Yeah.
But he most definitely knew it was gonna be that, because he said it. Y'all might look at it as snitching, but I'm just saying, so yeah.
And I will be fair, right? I'm looking at it because I understand what's going on, because I really do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if I take that out the equation, I can't knock him from his interpretation of it, because he doesn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, it can't be okay when if you're actually going to be a correspondence for trials. This is not a situation where you're just reacting to the information that's put out. You're actually reporting what's going on. So again, that there could have been like, come on. We talking about a popular rapper, you basically get snitched.
Nah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Shit, let alone the alleged gang activity. I don't play. I got to step away real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
About I'm the police, but I just saw the biggest cooperator in this case reporting and giving his opinion on a whole bunch of crazy things. So they got all this energy from me. I ain't heard nobody mention Jam once yet. I ain't heard nobody mention nothing about Jam. I don't know what Jam got going on. So I've got all of the info about everything that Jam had to say. We got a lot of emotional people out here talking a whole load of nonsense, okay? So it is an absolute mess at the courthouse. They're snitching on me. They're snitching on Durk. It is an absolute disaster out here. I can't believe the state of things out here outside the courthouse. So look, I'm going to give you guys a whole bunch of updates. I'm going to update you on absolutely everything that happened. I've got everything. They trying to hide the truth. They trying to hide the truth, man. They don't want me to speak the truth. They're going to be pissed when you hear what Jam had to say in the courtroom. It was insane. Jam had a whole lot to say, and these guys are going to be very, very mad and upset when they hear what Jam had to say. Because Jam absolutely cooked Lil Durk in that courtroom. They went crazy. They tried to get me out the courtroom. Brian Steele had a meltdown. He was trying to call a mistrial, and they was not having it. There was absolute chaos going on out there, and everybody is mad. Everybody is pissed. Everybody is upset. So we're going to get into all of it. I'm going to give you guys a whole bunch of updates. I'm going to let you guys know everything that was going on. And none of these folks out here, none of these phonems are going to be able to stop me, man, because it's freedom of speech, freedom of the press. I've got a press pass. They can't keep me outside the courtroom. And it's a whole load of nonsense going out here. Durk's team can't stop this. They ain't going to stop the justice. They ain't going to stop the situation. They definitely ain't going to stop me reporting. So I will be back with a full-blown update for you guys very soon. But for now, I'm going to wrap this one up here and let you know what's going on. They was trying to say I was emotional today, but look at the state of it. Look at the state of it, man. The clout.
Hey, Lamar said he running in plays. You see, he just said today, y'all just wait till the verdict. All Durk supporters going to abandon him.
Man, I ain't going to lie. Try putting on the show, man.
And this is the part, and again, I had to learn it since I've been in my blogger bag. It's part of it, so I don't knock them. Now, again, it's kind of like courthouse, but I mean, You had freaking DDG brother out there screaming.
Hey, I will blow when I see that now. When I see DDG brother Dub pulled up, I say this shit getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. This is getting like the Mo 3 trial with all the shenanigans, man.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't want no parts of it. I don't want no parts of it. Look, I don't want to be nowhere near it. Is this like I thought this was a video. Is he just
check and see what Mimo 600 said. He did a Capone. Well, he said
I was supposed to reach out to him to see if he was going, but it's too late now. They need some real reporters out there. The Diddy trial had professionals out there. Come on, we talking about a popular drill blogger. I mean, a drill rapper. I was gonna go, but like I said, the math wasn't mathing. The flights was high, and then I ain't gonna hold you. When Doodie got out there and start saying what was going on, I said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna stay my ass right in South Carolina."
We got Seti Nash though. Seti Nash out there doing his thing. Now we ain't heard Seti Nash.
I ain't gonna hold you. The other day, I was reacting to Seti. And then my comment, oh, he lying. That's not true. That's not what happened. And I said, oh, shit, let me go to mail. And
damn.
My comments was not feeling it. And I was like, damn, what'd he do?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, Mimo 600 said that what Durk and his team doing is worse than what Gunna did.
Mimo, what? Now, I ain't gonna hold you because, Mimo must gonna plead out because I want him to go to trial so I can see what his attorney's gonna do. Like, that's crazy, but I want to hear what he had to say, though. Let's see.
Mimo say his charge is petty. He just got drug trafficking, armed trafficking.
Oh. He said petty is crazy.
Buying guns from somebody. He say they petty, though.
Yeah, he do got a straw case, but petty is crazy.
This is official Busy Bee with Cam Capone News, and today we got Mimo 600 and Mello Olam, man. Mello Olam, welcome to the show. Mimo, we gonna get right into it. First day of Durk's trial. Man, it is wild. What's going on?
Man, I'm trying to figure it out like y'all, man. It's a lot of name singing, finger pointing on, bro.
Man, yeah, it's a lot of finger pointing, man. Durk's lawyers, it seems like they're trying to put everything on Vonnie. Is that true from what you picked up on?
Okay, hold on, pause real quick. That's the issue with Lil Ross doing what he did, because he's such a massive platform and voice. Everybody's running with it,
right?
And it's not even an accurate synopsis of what was happening, right? So that's the bad part of what he did, to be honest. That's why so many attorneys for real was speaking out against it.
Right. He definitely started something.
Yeah. And now you already know, once that seed is planted, it's like, despite what I say, despite what Mel say, or any attorneys or anything, this is going to be the narrative from here on out.
Right. Facts.
For sure, I'm peeping everything y'all seeing. I'm on the net looking at everything just like y'all,
Yeah, so man, it's just getting wild. It's getting wild, man. I wanted to bring something to your attention. Some of these guys you may know or may not know, but it looks like, when Durk went to jail, he had multiple, co-conspirators. In court, who we see is the ones that are in trial is Doodie, you got Brown Eyes, and that one other cat, but you don't see Boogie, Flocka, or Jam.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know about the others. I just know Boogie got his shit separated from this.
Okay. So Boogie got it separated from theirs.
I'm about to block freaking Lamar. I'm about to block him.
Yeah.
I mean, so what about the other two guys not being in trial, not being in court while there's a proceeding taken on in a federal courtroom? You think that can implicate that they snitching?
I mean, I don't know, because early in the year I'd probably say yeah, but I know Boogie ain't no, so they probably moving their shit a different way, you know. So I fuck with Boogie 100%. And I know folks thorough, you know. So
Well, let's pause because what we do know, it was 6 defendants, right? Originally, Durk, Doodie, Flocka, Brown Eyes, Boogie, and Vonnie. So the 6. Only 3 is at trial, and that's Durk, Doodie, Brown Eyes. Boogie got severed. Then you have Flocka and Vonnie, who is cooperating. Am I correct with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we clear that up.
Okay.
I want
Go
to
to
tell
bed,
you guys about a way to make some extra money.
Go to bed, Lamar. I go straight to bed. I'm not even addressing your comments. I'm not fooling with Lamar. Lamar, go to sleep.
Just had something real interesting to say. They say that whomever they protected witness is, witness number 2, they brought Whack 100 and 6ix9ine into the case. They said Whack 100 and 6ix9ine basically tricked Lil Durk out of his position by blowing up and hyping Durk on the Slide for Von campaign. He said they pretty much just attacked him for not sliding for King Von, and the confidential witness say he's gonna testify. Do you think that's a big part of why they want to get back?
I feel like the only person can trick you out your position is yourself, bro. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but you know, words ain't shit, bro. You could be the only one to trick yourself out your position, bro. Y'all think that?
Okay, pause real quick. I gotta ask you, Music. Do you think the Slide for Von campaign was worse than everybody online and stuff picking at everybody running away that night that Von was killed? Which one is worse? The Slide for Von taunt or the nitpicking about running away when he got shot?
The running away when he got shot, of course. Because it's like shit, you left your homie.
So do you think so? With that being said, and I'm just going off of what the case standpoint is, right? The prosecution is saying Durk did all this for the Slide for Von campaign. The defense is saying no, Vonnie did it because he ran and left Von to be shot and ultimately killed. And even Von said to him, "Why you let it happen to me?" So who would have more of a vengeance to get back?
In that case, Vonnie, because I don't see me worried about what the internet saying talking about Slide for Von. Because if I do slide, I ain't finna tell y'all anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So I don't think that the internet actually played a part. But to be devil's advocate, Vonnie felt that way because he was there, but Durk was hurt also, as they saying from text messages.
But I ain't gonna lie, I'm talking about my childhood friend since baby, like my real done got gunned down, and I'm already freaking out because I don't know like what's about to happen, and then you tell me why I let that happen, and then you die. That's gonna hit way different.
It is. It's definitely gonna hit different, and we definitely gonna try to slide. But I ain't gonna lie to you. After the first 2 attempts, we ain't get the job done. God, we gonna let God handle this shit. Cause
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. We gonna try again. We gonna have to spin again. We gonna have to like on some real stuff. Cause and I just before we get back into Memo, cause like I said this on my video the other day, it comes a point where the reasonable doubt is raised because you put yourself in that position. Like, damn, okay,
facts.
Now imagine, now again, this is how I'm looking at it. Vonnie had vengeance because he blamed himself. This is my assumption. My view, right? He did it, but at the same time, he ain't no street nigga for real now. So he did it because, yeah, fuck that. I can't deal with this. I got to get back. You know, I'm going to get this shit done. Right. Then when the walls closed, like, hold on now. I don't want to go to jail, prison. Durk did it.
Ain't gonna lie. I feel like Vonnie, in the point of view, in the picture they painting on Vonnie, it definitely goes better. It definitely shows a motive.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at it too like, I ain't saying Durk did it, but I look at it too like Durk have just as much as guilt as Vonnie, because that's his homie too.
But listen to this. So Lamar said Vonnie is a street nigga. I don't know where that narrative came from. I don't know Vonnie. So whatever he got going on, okay? All I'm saying, and maybe I shouldn't say street nigga. Obviously, he wasn't built to go to prison because the nigga told as soon as they picked him up, okay? So let me rephrase that, okay? He ain't built for the life for real because he told the first day. But so, okay, but listen to this. And I'm just, again, y'all know I like to play the defense side. So we got a motive for Durk and we got a motive for Vonnie, technically, right? The slide for Von, the being hurt because that was your homeboy. Then you got Vonnie, who was there. According to what they saying, Von felt like he let it happen, right?
Right.
You got Durk that got a bunch of money. But you got Vonnie who got access to that money too.
Nah, that like I said, I definitely feel like just from what they putting out that Vonnie put this shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
my opinion, my opinion don't matter. I'm just
mine don't either. I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah. But
I do not work for nobody on this trial. Okay. I am not part of anything. This is we playing fucking Clue over here on YouTube.
Right. But I'm just going off what the prosecution is painting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So far, basically, both of them have motive to get back. And yes, I feel like from what they showing, from what they saying, Vonnie put it all in play. Yeah. I just feel like off the strength, we know just from being biased when it comes to the music and the relationship that we know Durk with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now I will say that. Even if the defense pokes hole, I don't think Durk was clueless.
Right. Now I ain't saying he had nothing to do with it, but I'm just saying I ain't saying Vonnie had nothing to do with it, but I'm just saying from the prosecutor's standpoint and the evidence they putting out, we can all say
let's
right
do this just for the purpose of the conversation for the live. We don't know none of this shit, but we playing courtroom right now, right? And based off of the shit that's floating around, it does seem like, now again, for the prosecution, that's bad to have a 50-50 split. For the defense, though, that's reasonable doubt.
Nah, for sure.
So, but I'm saying that, but at the same time, and this is, again, not per se what they done showed in court, just from, like, following Durk for so many years, I just don't think he was, like, blind to it either.
Right.
But I don't per se feel like the slide for Von situation was more impactful than actually being there when it happened and then being blamed by Von for letting it happen.
Right. So
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I forgot what I was about to say. That's why I had stopped.
So just off what we heard so far in these past couple of days, do you like? What's your conclusion so far? Like, is it looking because Vonnie? We are in the
situation. I ain't gonna lie, Jam kind of fucked it up. Jam said, "I killed the nigga, and that nigga did it, and that nigga did it, and that's a little different. And that's a little different."
Okay. Now we have seen this happen before. with the Young Dolph trial.
Which one though?
With your boy testified.
He testified at all of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna say
You talking about straight drop or you talking about Goldman?
Well, straight drop, they found his ass guilty. So
now I didn't follow the straight drop, but I was there for Goldman day in, day out, and I said he was getting off.
Right. So yeah, straight drop. Okay, so we're gonna say Durk's situation is more like
okay, hold on. The market
ain't
had in jam yet. We didn't get the cross. So we need to wait till we get the complete thing. But I ain't gonna lie, day one of his situation was a little tense, though. I ain't gonna hold you. When you got a nigga, he remind me of Jacksonville Butter. You got a nigga that say I'm a killer.
Right.
How can we not believe the killer?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But now also, you can relate this case to Hernandez Govan. They saying he was the mastermind behind it. They saying Durk. You know, so
and that's what my point is, because even with Goldman, I said the pieces could have went a different way than what the prosecution was laying. The defense did a great job of showing that the pieces wasn't per se fit in one way. They did a great job at that. Now that's what they're gonna definitely have to do. Not just for Jam, they're gonna have to do that shit for Vonnie, because those are the key people.
Right.
They really are the key people. But to answer your question, if we taking the Jam situation, openings, okay, I'll say this. Opening statements gave me a little hope for Durk, because it did, again, it got me to thinking like, fuck, you got a point about Vonnie having, vengeance in his heart. Like, I have to see that, right?
Right.
Then day two is like, okay, so Vonnie was along for the way. Like, Vonnie is who we're seeing, right? We're not seeing Durk nowhere, right? And Vonnie has all this access. Okay, that makes sense. But then the thing that stuck out to me still, they already painted Vonnie as the assistant to Durk. So when you say that somebody is somebody's assistant, that means you are directing them to what to do. Right. So that still don't look good for the overall picture. So I feel like at this point, I would need to see the defense like tear down that assistant role a little bit more to show that he was more independent, not per se just doing what Durk told him to do.
Right.
That's how I look at it. What about you?
Now, I can go for that. Now, didn't they say that Durk fired him in 2023?
So, yes, right? However, just because he was officially fired, was he still working in that capacity? Because he still had access to the credit cards. He still was on the private plane with Durk going to Cali. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even if the official title, to me, I would need to still, like, you would have to separate, again, the assistant role.
Right. Because he was fired, but at the end of the day, they still had a relationship and was still together.
Yeah.
And he still had access.
So that's why it would be like, again, for me, I would need to see the defense separate the role.
Right.
So, like, okay, if he's not officially an assistant no more, then why the fuck did he still have the debit card? Or did he steal it? Like, you would have to show, like, I would need a story to go with it. So why, hold on, the murder happened in 2022. So he was still the assistant. So yeah, so forget that.
Down in. So it was no use for that information for real though.
Yeah, so like really that don't matter. And then it comes to a point, even if they said that, why was he fired months later?
Right. Yeah. Then as being a prosecutor, hey, they fired him to try to cut off the connection. But at the end of the day, this happened before he was fired.
Or they fired him, right? Because he wasn't falling in line, hence why he's telling now.
Yeah. No,
because what I think sometimes they miss is that distancing yourself from certain people at a certain point look more bad than good on you.
Right.
Because it's gonna come a point. You see how we said, well, what happened at that point to why he got fired?
Right.
If y'all done did it, you got to keep him a little bit longer. Cause like any drastic change in surroundings is gonna look crazy.
Gonna make you look suspicious. No,
like
for sure.
When people, distance, it stands out. It stands out too much to me.
Right.
But all right, let's get into the rest. I think it's like 4 minutes left.
The only people that troll, bro, in his lifetime, he know how to ignore that shit, bro.
So I want to visit something going back, man. The case looks like, it's a lot of finger point going on.
Hey, he sound like my daddy. My daddy got stuttering problem. I had to look up like this.
It even looked like Durk potentially might be pointing the finger at somebody or allegedly snitching. Did you see any of that?
Yeah, I seen the shit. I seen the same shit y'all saw on social media. I don't know, bro. I'm sitting back watching just like everybody else, Like, it's a tactic for everything, though. There ain't no finger pointing without, it's they know what they know.
It's a tactical move by the lawyers to protect their client.
That's all.
Okay, man. But in the street world, and you know how this go, Mimo. If you're supposed to be a stand-up guy, man, they say made man don't make any statements.
It was so just like this ain't our first interview. We did like
real quick. I hate when y'all niggas bring that type of shit up. Nigga, your lawyer is not making a statement on your behalf.
Nah,
even the mafia let their lawyers handle it.
Okay, so hold on. You say the lawyers is not making a statement on your behalf. You speaking on what transpired, or you talking about period?
No, when I say statement on your behalf, meaning again, like let's just use it so that nobody lose focus, right? If Bonnie came in and told the fucking feds Durk did it, right? And then his lawyer is supposed to defend him. So he gonna come in and say, no, Durk did not have nothing to do with this. However, your witness was there the night that Bond died. You know what I'm saying? That's not a statement from you. That's them being a lawyer and defending you.
Right. Okay. And what you're saying is true. But what people is gonna say is your lawyer represents you. So if your lawyer is saying certain things, like for example, when Trap Lil Ross first put out that situation, people were saying, well, for them to say that, your lawyer had to run that cross by you. Like
not technically. They'll tell you, I ain't gonna say they don't tell you shit, but they tell you the strategy. Some like lawyers have to think on their feet. You know what I'm saying? They ain't about to sit down there and I don't care how much you pay them. You paying them to defend you. And this is why I be like, street niggas, if that's the logic, then you shouldn't get a lawyer. You should just plead out. On some real shit. Because regardless, at the end of the day, if the logic is, as street niggas, well, that means a lawyer can't defend you then. That means you need to take your ass in there and just plead out.
Nah, facts. Because at the end of the day, the lawyer is not finna be like, hey, I'm finna say this. Hey, I'm finna say that. The lawyer gonna see an opportunity to speak and to see an opportunity to get ahead of the situation and paint the picture the best in y'all situation. So they not, a lot of times they on the fly too. They freestyling too, depending on what's being said. So you can't control everything that they say.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Do you know how often I will be working and all of a sudden attorney will call, hey, I need to find this law. I got to run to go look through books and shit real quick. They only got 10-minute recess. You got to hurry up. So I got to find it and get it back to them before the 10 minutes so that they can come up with something to go in the fucking court to say.
Right.
The shit really, so that's why I'm like, that's why when people say, well, your lawyer tell you, they know they don't. Sometimes it's not like that. It don't have time. Now, again, I've been in prep sessions where they try to prep you like, okay, this is a strategy. This is what we're going to do. But you got to take into account, you don't know what the other attorney on the other side is going to say.
Right.
That's why you pay your attorney to defend you.
Yeah. So we got to kill that narrative that everything your lawyer say is basically he's speaking for you and you are liable for what he says.
Yeah.
What she says. So we definitely got to kill that narrative.
Yeah, I don't know where why who thought process, because it's like that's not that, because if that's the case, then you can't get mad when you get found guilty if your lawyer can't really defend you for real, or if your lawyer has to be don't get it twisted. Some lawyers definitely got some street in them, but at the same time, you can't hold your lawyer accountable if they got to think like a street nigga.
Right.
Because if that's the case, then you the street nigga defend yourself.
Nah, fact. Because if I'm a lawyer and I see a situation where I can flip the script and blame whoever,
the snitch, especially a snitch, why not?
I'm gonna go with the move if I'm a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And like example, in this situation for Durk attorneys, according to what I'm gonna go off of what Mel had said, right, in opening statement. All they did was take what the prosecution laid out that Bonnie was going to say and say, well, let's talk about this angle instead of the angle they're trying to paint for my client. That same shit can be painted for their witness.
Right.
Now, again, the Doodie shit about the cartel, that's some other shit. But I'm talking about just the Durk aspect. Like, all they did was flip it. So that's why I'm like, why would you want to go like tell your lawyer, no, don't do that? The nigga already snitched on you. So you're not gonna address that a nigga snitching and he again paint a narrative he lying on you? You got to.
Yeah.
Or guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna have to tell you, you're gonna have to do this shit yourself. Cause I'm gonna look crazy as fuck as an attorney letting that happen.
Right. Nah, facts.
All right, let's see what Mimo say.
5 or 6 of them bitches. Just like I was in here saying Gunna was bogus for what he did. This is basically the similar situation, but even worse because there's murder involved and names said. Gunna ain't say no names. He just said, yeah, we a gang. Ooh, like, you know, so I can't say.
Mimo. It's not like, this is my thing. I'm gonna say it again. Like, and then you can chime in, then I'll let them finish, but you can't be held accountable if the name is already there.
Right.
Hey, what it do? Like, the name is already there. Like I said, if Durk's attorney would have came in there like, yeah, Bonnie this, Bonnie that, and everybody looking like, who the fuck is Bonnie? Nobody said Bonnie's name, but y'all brought his name up. That's a different situation. But when Bonnie is already telling, the prosecution goes first. Every time, in every trial, the prosecution opening statement is first. So they already laid out their witnesses, and then your defense attorney comes in to rebuttal the witnesses. How is that the same thing as the Gunna situation? Mimo?
Right. Yeah.
You got something to add before I play Frey?
Nah, go ahead.
Sit here and say folks ain't wrong. If I said Gunna was wrong, that mean I'm, you know. Bro, but we gonna sit back and see how this shit play out. Like, you know, it's just the first day, so I can't just off the back just go and say, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna be a perception. It looks like either way, whether once you say it in open court, you know, once you point the finger at one man, that means they can point the finger back at you, and that's generally how it go in an open court. Which is unfortunate if you have to do that, but that's how it goes. You know what I mean? In most of these cases,
no, we don't know what you mean, because you don't know what you mean. Because at first I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, you do got a point though with the pointing the finger at each other, but it's not even the pointing the finger at each other, right? Because again, Durk is not saying, hey, Bonnie did this, right? Or Durk's team is not saying Bonnie did this. Durk's team is saying, well, hey, you're painting a picture from what Bonnie's saying that my client didn't know. My client didn't do this. However, didn't this happen? Wasn't your client or your witness here based on what you said? Like all the details that he gave you to prove that Durk did it, wasn't he present for all of this? So how wasn't he the person? Right. Posing a question and making a statement is two different things. Bonnie made statements. The defense posed questions because, again, it's about reasonable doubt. They're not telling you, oh, Bonnie did it. What they're saying is it could have been Bonnie based off XYZ that he already provided. He said he was in Blackshear, Georgia.
Right, right.
Durk didn't say he was in Blackshear, Georgia.
Right.
So yeah. I think that's the part that street niggas be missing. All right, let me see. I think we got 2 more minutes.
When it's all said and done, it's every man for himself.
Exactly.
So you think Durk has a right to fight for himself?
Of course. Everybody got the right to fight for themselves. Same way Gunna fought for himself. Same way Thug fought for himself when he went in that interrogation room saying what he said.
I want to switch.
Pause again. Mimo is basically calling Durk a snitch.
I would just finna say Mimo is basically comparing Durk to snitch situations.
Hold on,
so that's how he really feels like Durk is snitching.
I gotta address the idiot real quick. Said why she's talking like she ratchet TV. She don't know about Texas. Dumbass nigga, ain't nobody even talking about Texas. Fuck nigga. Fuck on. Go ahead, music.
Yeah, like he basically saying that Durk is snitching. Like he basically putting Durk in every snitch situation. So that's really how he feels for real. He just trying to, because mind you, he's saying it, but then he also going back to saying we got to see how it play out. But then he also keep giving snitch situations.
That part. So that's what I call too. But again, I'm gonna clip this shit and tag his ass because, like, again, it's not the same situation. It's a difference between posing the situation. Look, I was over here being good, chilling. Like, it's one thing to flip the scenario that's already provided and actually making a statement that's not already on record.
Right.
And that's the difference. All right, I think we almost done with it.
I want to talk about, they got a co-conspirator number 5. Co-conspirator number 5 said Lil Durk turned down the offer to squash the beef with Quando Rondo, and he made peace, but then he took the peace and he switched it up. So it's a lot of people that are coming to court that's going to be willing to testify in open court. I'm not saying that you privileged.
Okay, hold on. I just want to say this. The way he posed that question, though, sounds like co-conspirator number 5 is talking. And I want to address that. For one, co-conspirator number 5 technically hasn't been named yet, but it's allegedly Booney Mo, right? And they haven't said that Booney Mo is corroborating or Booney Mo is this. Well, they said they have evidence showing this conversation, but his question made it seem like number 5 is talking, or is that just how I took it?
I ain't gonna lie, it kind of like passed me by for real. Like I ain't taking away. I ain't taking away from it.
Okay, that stuck out to me.
This information, but you know, when you have people of this magnitude that are that close to you saying these things, what do you think a court may believe or may not believe in situations like that?
You ain't catching that time saying these things like.
Okay, run it back to when he first started that question.
Okay.
People of this magnitude that are that close to you, I've said Lil Durk turned down the offer to squash co-conspirator number 5.
Yeah.
Co-conspirator number 5 said Lil Durk turned down the offer to squash the beef with Quando Rondo, and he made peace, but then he took the peace and he switched it up. So it's a lot of people that are coming to court that's going to be willing to testify in open court. I'm not saying that you privileged in this information, but you know, when you have people of this magnitude that are that close to you saying these things, what do you think a court may believe or may not believe the situation?
Now, did he say that, or was that the text message that he referring to?
It was text messages. Booney Mo, or they allegedly is saying it's Booney Mo because it's being said that Booney Mo was the one that hit up Jam to come out there. And that fits the description of Co-Conspirator number 5. However, it's in text message.
Right. And
how the interviewer, he's making it seem like he
said it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So you don't think stuff like that cause a problem? Because as an interviewer, and you know, you done did interviews, I done did interviews, right? You have to pose the question correctly, because how you ask the question will determine the type of response or what the person says in response. So now, to me, before even listening to Mimo, he's basically going to take it like, oh, you asking me about a nigga snitching. Like, how do I, like, what's my reaction to a nigga telling on him?
Nah, facts, because you saying somebody said that Quando Rondo, them people tried to cause peace and Durk denied it. You saying it like he told the police that looked bad. But if you would have came out and say, well, you know, it's text messages where Booney Mo was talking and it showed where Quando Rondo people reached out to Durk for peace and he denied it. That's totally two different contexts. Yeah. So he definitely, like, you know, making it seem worse than what it is.
All right, let's see what Mimo say.
Just like that.
Look, first of all, the courts go by law. I don't give a fuck much hearsay and all that shit. You literally have to go off what you got, witnesses and evidence and all that. A motherfucker say anything. A motherfucker say you killed the motherfucker for Cam. You killed Vlad for Cam. Like, they gotta have this proof, bro. You feel me? They gotta have this proof. You feel me? They can't just say you did some shit, bro. Like, you know, a nigga could be telling the courts that just to get his cell phone back. That's what the feds do. They came to me with it. You see, I'm on.
Now, hold on, pause before you get that part. You see how he said it? He said it like, come on, nigga, snitching.
Yeah, because in Mimo mind, he thinking that that's what he said to the courts, but that ain't true.
Yeah. So yeah, Cam Capone, y'all tighten up with that shit, because that definitely switched the whole context of really what the question should have been.
Nah, facts.
Federal house arrest right now. They came to me with it. They say, man, look, we got you for this, these machine guns or whatever, this petty ass case. But if you give us something about Smirk, we'll lower your sentences. They ain't tell me if you tell us about Smirk, we'll let you go. They say, if you give us this, we'll lower your sentences. I would strictly went in that bitch. I'm knowing the cameras rolling and I know my shit gonna drop. I tell them, look, with that shit, bro, it wasn't shit. Strictly music, bro. They ain't never did shit around me. They ain't never said shit around me illegal. The only illegal thing we done was smoke weed, bro. Other than that, and that shit legal in certain states and cities, like, you know? So, y'all got the wrong guy.
What's up, this Cam?
All right, so I ain't gonna hold you. I definitely think Mimo is telling the truth that they came to try to get him to give some information up. But saying the only illegal thing we did was smoke weed was crazy.
Hey, I was just finna say, the trolls, they gonna eat that up. Nigga, you snitch, nigga. You said that y'all was illegally smoking weed.
That was crazy.
Eat that up. Nah, that's fact.
So do you think they came to him? Ooh.
Nah, I definitely believe so. Because at this point, they need anything to make sure this shit is. So if I'm the feds, I'm definitely anybody that slip up and catch a case, I'm going to talk to them and see could I get anything.
For sure. My ass getting sleepy. All right, I think I got one more round in me, and then I'm gonna have to go to bed.
I was just finna tell you, hold on. Go ahead. I was just finna tell you I'll be right back.
Okay, where do you think I should go next?
We listened to Trap Lord Ross last update. You say Set ain't updated since 7 hours ago. Yeah, did the lady you be watching update yet?
She ain't did. She did a live, and I ain't gonna lie. If I play Mel live again, I'm going to sleep. I gotta wait till she do her video.
Fuck it then.
Your boy live. Matter of fact, While you gone, I'm gonna play him for a minute.
All right.
Everybody knows what's going on.
In response to stuff that he had been sent of people from Quando's side clowning him, and he basically made the point. He said, "Well, did you know that there was a song called Get Back?" When he was inferring basically that like when Durk said wait for the Get Back, he could have been referring to wait for me to drop my song that was called Get Back. I'm gonna lie, I thought that was genius. That was a really smart move. But obviously, the crux of it was basically just attacking all of these interviews. Brian Steele said the agent attended. So we finally saw Brian Steele cross-examine this kind of big detective, and look, Brian Steele put on a very, very good display. He grilled him about all the times that, you know, these interviews were conducted. Loads of interviews were conducted. They weren't recorded. And look, I'll be real. Brian Steele told a couple of lies, made a couple of mistakes. He said that Quando Rondo...
We watched that already.
All right, so there was a very interesting update in court today, and it was a piece of evidence that I thought was going to be brought forward, but it's not going to be brought forward. And I'm not going to lie, this is kind of a W for Durk. So obviously, there's been all this talk about King Von, his
We gonna get to who these niggas is in a minute.
past, him being a leader of the BDs. Obviously, I've done a lot of coverage on King Von and the allegations that he made himself that he had 7 bodies. Now, you know, many people before me had called King Von a serial killer. I obviously covered King Von being an alleged serial killer. And, you know, a lot of people tapped in with it. But it was actually confirmed today that they would not be able to bring up King Von's past of violence. They wouldn't be able to bring up King Von's bodies. They're not going to be able to mention that. They can mention him as a member of the Black Disciples, as part of O-Block, but they're not allowed to talk about Von's bodies, Von's history as a violent man. They basically said that it's not relevant. They said that his violent history isn't necessary to prove that there was a desire for get back. So that was kind of interesting. I do feel like it might have been worse for Durk if they were going to mention Von having all these bodies. Now, we did hear some interesting stuff about Jam regarding violence, but I'm going to talk to you guys about that in...
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm sleeping. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'd have been on live for like 7, almost 8 hours. I'm tired. We gonna, cause we gotta do this all again tomorrow. Okay. So the highlight of today was Co-Conspirator 4 has been named Doodie Low. Okay. I told y'all it wasn't Brick Baby from day one. I played y'all that video. I already did breakdown videos for y'all, so y'all check those out. We gonna tap back in with music tomorrow, because when I say my eyes is over here burning, my eyes is over here burning. Okay, so with that being said, I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me. I am out of here. Y'all have a good night.